Well, I'm out here in the cypress. Last weekend I killed one on Saturday. Mark and I got on one. Sunday morning we woke up to rain and tried to listen. Heading out of the woods pretty much. We packed up before daylight. Started heading out. And it was songbirds and stuff was going off. We finally heard a bird, I think at 9 o'clock. And I don't know, about 800 yards from us. We got out there where we thought we were pretty close, hit the call. The bird gobbled, but it didn't really sound like he was answering the call. And we moved on him again. He gobbled about 120 from us, just on the other side of the little cypress finger. We really couldn't go much further with two people. So we sat down. Mark soft called to him, nothing. About 5 minutes in, blue heron blows out of the dome to our left. And I don't know if that boogered him or what. I think I found out. He's just nervous. He ain't gonna come to you. I promise you that. He'll gobble at you if you get close enough, or he gets without his hands, like normal, but he ain't gonna come to you. Even if you 70 laying down, soft calling, and you just got there, or he just got there, he ain't gonna come close. He'll stand there and strut and look at you and gobble. I know that because I just did it all morning. So I come out here Tuesday afternoon on the buggy by myself because the bird was bothering me, bothering Mark and I. It bothered me pretty bad. I knew I was gonna have to do something unorthodox to kill him because he didn't seem right. And there ain't, between the two of us, I don't think there's many birds that can get away from us. I mean, every now and then I have a 2 or 3 day bird like everybody else. 4 or 5 days make me about need to go to the hospital, especially when they're out of state and you got to keep driving like 7 hours, 8 hours to go get them. But coming out here with a buggy is about the same thing. So I come out here in a buggy, stayed in the tent cot on the deck, about where I marked where we come out of the woods last week. And this morning it was beautiful. This morning was gorgeous. Everything's going off. Whippoorwills, chuck-will-whittles, owls, crows, everything you wanted. About 7:30 I was like, I didn't even hear any other birds. So I decided to start slipping into the woods in the same direction we had come out the other day. And I get in there and I was like, man, that's a pretty spot. I mean, it's the same spot we left him. So I soft called there, nothing. All of a sudden I'm just standing there looking. See a head coming down through the grass, coming down the edge of the cypress. There's a hen. She walked by me about 12 feet. I was standing up in some palmettos. She went down right to where I had just called, sat there and started clucking a few times. 2 other hens opened up that were pretty far away from us, just from her doing that. And she walked back by me down the cypress edge, so I let her get about 80 yards from me. I said, well, I'm gonna follow her in case she goes to homeboy. I got behind her and I let her get about 80 yards, and I'd stay with her best I could. Every now and then I'd lose her for 5 or 10 minutes, but all of a sudden, pow, about 800 yards to the east. So I take off running and try to figure out best I can, you know, 'cause you can't go right at it and going around domes and stuff and palmetto rough. But so I get over there and call, nothing. 30 minutes later, about 600 yards that way, went over there. About 30 minutes later, about 400 yards that way. Well, in the meantime, I found a pocket that's burned in here. And there's 2 or 3 nice pine ridges that are burnt. And then it burnt down into some of the smaller cypress like this in a couple places. And it's beautiful. So last time I heard him was 9:30, and then he was probably 300 yards from me. I went to where I thought he was, sat down, and just looked, just mainly just watching, looking, because it was kind of open. Soft call once or twice, and then at 10 o'clock I said, I'm done. I'm like, he's out of here. I'll come back Friday and I'm gonna sleep under him or something. I'm gonna get out, sleep here, where I ain't 800 yards that first gobble. So I said, yeah, he's probably in one of them burnt cypress strands. Sun's out. He can get in there and bug. Water's gone down a little. Everything's starting to green up. I'm just gonna walk this last palmetto rough. It's probably a quarter, half mile long. Just clucking. About 15 minutes into that, I was, right there in front of me. I look up. He's walking left to right. It was a Tia cypress. So he's coming down a little strand that's burnt, and I can look in it. And he gets in this other strand, and I soft called to him when he was right there about 90 yards in front of me. He blew up, faced me, spun around in circles, gobbled a couple more times, and then he just dropped and walked dead away from me. It broke my heart. So I fell in behind him and followed him for about 200 yards. Every time I got in a situation where I thought I could draw him back, especially if I could make ground, we're on hard ground, if I could make ground on him, and I felt like I could bring him back enough, because he had just walked through there, and bring him back and him pop out and look at 40 or something, I'd knock his snoot around. Well, he wasn't having any of that. He just wanted to gobble and walk away from me. And that, I don't like turkeys like that very much. So he ran out of cypress, and he had to cross a pine flat. On pine flats, you got these things called palmettos, and even though they're burnt, they can hide a fat guy. So when he was standing there, the last one, looking around, blowed up, gobbled, dipped, started to bug across. I run up using palmetto, got to the right side, dropped to one knee. Here he come bugging 40 yards. I yelped at him, he picked his head up. Pow. That's him. He's on the choker. That's where he needs to be. Nice bird. I come in here. Thought about Glenn for a little while. He would have liked this story a lot. His old stomping grounds. I got him hooked up right there. Ain't bad. Oh, cypress bird. You got a good beard. You got a good beard. This 2-year-old bird, he's probably got 3/4 inch spurs. I don't know if he's going to get much bigger. Probably be hard to do that. Pretty bird. Big. He's actually a big body bird. Probably one of the biggest body birds I've killed in the cypress. I don't know why. I'm nowhere near camp. But I'm in some pretty stuff, boy. Look at that. So it worked. Time to find another one.